So monetization has become the topic of the moment. I tried discussing this years ago on forums because I felt it was safe to. But on the eve of early access? What are the ramifications for discussing monetization on the eve of early access? I really think this is something we need to consider carefully. Ironically, here I am discussing it, but I only do this in the hope that others also realise the potential negatives associated with the mindset. I don't think we can now stop this conversation. Pandora's box has been opened, but perhaps we can lead it in a more positive and productive direction. You're likely asking yourself, what are the negative ramifications for discussing monetization on the eve of early access, Scribble? I don't get it. In answer to that, simply ask yourself what it is that makes Dreams unique and compelling. A caring, united, warm community keen on helping and sharing in order to build a strong bond between creative people. That, in essence, was what made Little Big Planet so endearing and, above all else, lasting. Leading into early access with making money uppermost in some people's minds is inevitably going to encourage a more mercenary mindset. It only takes a few to start the ball rolling, and as much as more sharing types may fight against the urge early on, eventually, if monetization comes sooner rather than later and they see the mercenary types actually making money, they'll start to consider their own potential for making money. It's human nature, and as much as some people would love to believe in an ideal world that we live in, we don't. So here it is, laid out in black and white to clarify the problem for those who haven't yet quite read between the lines and realised the negative ramifications. Many of the best creators will begin holding their creations and assets back because they're thinking in terms of selling and not in terms of sharing. It's quite simple, really. It may only start with one creator, but eventually it will spread, and more people will think, well, if they're doing it and they're making money, why not me? It sends shivers down my spine. It would tear the community in two and introduce greed, resentment and envy into the Dreams community, something we do not want. What is the solution then? How can we have our cake and eat it? Simple. Media Molecule or Sony make Dreams the proving grounds, and any remunerations are entirely dependent upon the performance of a creation within the Dreams ecosystem and the willingness of the participants to share. For those creators wanting to eventually sell their game on PSN, MM or Sony set out stringent performance milestones and mandate sharing to some degree. We don't know how many copies of Dreams will sell, so these figures are arbitrary and only are meant to demonstrate the structure of the mandates. Right, the creator must gain 25,000 likes or more on the game he or she wishes to sell. The creator must have 50,000 plays or more on the game he or she wishes to sell. The creator must share at least 25% of the assets from the game they wish to sell with the Dreams community. The game must feature a fully fledged menu system. The game must have credits at the end showing it was made in Dreams. Only after these mandates have been met can they approach Sony and request monetization and sale on PSN. Sony are likely to then playtest the creation and send back information on possible improvements or bug fixes. After the creator has done as suggested, the game is checked again by Sony, and if everything is sorted out, it can be put on sale on PSN. The cost of the game would obviously be negotiated, but perhaps an initial structure based on game length could be put in place to make the community's understanding of the pricing system more transparent. Again, arbitrary numbers for now. A game that lasts around 1 hour $5. A game that lasts around 2 hours, $10. And a game that lasts 3 or more hours, $15 to $25. I feel the more flexible approach to the last category would encourage developers to push hard at quality as well as quantity. And the Dreams community would benefit from that because they play the game for free and always will, even after the game has gone on sale. This is very important. I'll pause for a moment. Right there. I can hear it now, but if I could play it for nothing in Dreams, why would I pay for it on PSN? In answer to that, I think a reality check is in order. You, a consumer of gaming on forums and gaming videos, are the minority, not the majority of gamers. Your average gamer doesn't even know what Little Big Planet is, let alone Dreams. I'll put it another way. There are currently 94 million PlayStation 4s out there in the wilderness. Let's imagine Dreams is a wild success and sells 30 million copies. That still leaves 64 million potential customers. 64 million potential customers, many of which may be browsing PSN one day and spot a reasonably priced game called Marvelous. All of the above would ensure quality content, shared assets, and offer a huge incentive to improve. But that's not all. I might as well address it in this video. There's the strange case of the DLC conundrum. Clearly a different model from Little Big Planet will have to be found because all assets can be emulated quite easily within Dreams by creators themselves. For an answer to this, simply reverse my proposition so far. Media Molecule put together a couple of in-house indie teams and start producing games for PSN using Dreams. These exist as standalone games within the PSN ecosystem. But if you own Dreams and buy those games from PSN, you, as an owner of Dreams and a creator, can disassemble them and are given assets from those games. There's the answer to DLC in a nutshell. Anyway, another video comes to an end. I wait patiently for early access, and I will bow out with my customary farewell, adieu, tootly pip, au revoir, and all that good stuff.